Hello everyone. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you're all doing well. And today, we will be playing I Wanna Hug That Gator. It's a really good visual novel made by Cavemanon. You might know them from the parody game of Goodbye Volcano High called Snoot Game. It's a really good game as well. But it's it might not be the best game to play on stream. However, I really enjoyed that game, and I assume I will enjoy this game as well. This released last week on Valentine's Day, and I was supposed to play it last week as well, but I wasn't able to. But I'm playing it now, so you'll hear me reading a bunch. You'll just watch me talk about the game. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well today. The game has amazing visuals, as you can see from this title screen. Am I a little quiet? Just a little quiet? Okay, let me increase myself a little bit and make the game a little quieter. But yeah, the game is visually amazing. And you'll see that from all the animations that they've done for the video game. In Snoot Game, there was only one animation, right? I think drawings. Oh. Nope. Yeah, no. Yeah, in Snoot Game there was only one animated piece, and in this one, there's so much more. So much more. And they all look amazing. But yeah, howdy everyone, howdy Jimmy, howdy Biscuit, howdy Fatal, howdy Gorion. I hope you're all doing well, thank you for stopping by. Let me know if the audio's okay, if I'm like going crazy, if I'm turning into a robot or anything like that, just let me know. And let's start. Let's start. Very excited indeed. September 4th, the year 21M 2023 BC. No, 201. It's the second sentence. And I've already messed it up. Amid the arid heat of the morning sun of Volcadera Bluffs, I can't help but miss living in the more temperate weather of the Midwest. Summer sleeves are in style this year. That jacket's aroma blog better be right. This suede thing is killing me. Well, at least it's better. At least it's guaranteed to start getting chillier in a few weeks. Besides, I'm making sure to make an impression. God damn it, I can't read. It's okay, Moody, we all have trouble reading. Biscuit. Besides, I'm sure to make an impression with this. Abercrombie and Flint is all the rage these days. Oh shoot, what? Why is it skipping? Video game, please. Return. Main menu. Oh, what happened? It's guaranteed to start getting chillier in a few weeks. There we go. I sigh and lean back in the hard plastic seating of the metro. I'm on my way to my first day in the new school. Ordinarily, I'd just be glued to my phone on the trip, but there's just too much on my mind right now. The folks sitch requires us to move frequently, which gives me a little time to fit in. Much like how a rolling stone gathers no moss, I could never make a friend. I'd keep for longer than a year. Just a lot of promises to keep in touch that petered off within a few months. Can't wait for all these characters to have essays of effect text. Ah! Admittedly, it was my fault in the end. But that's all going to change starting today. I'm going into senior year now, and it's my very last chance to prepare for the world ahead. Luckily for me, the cards are stacked in my... Cards! Ah! No! No, I can't read cards. I feel around my backpack for my DSLR until my fingers can absent-mindedly fiddle with the mode dial. St. Hammond High School is extremely well known for their artists' curriculum. In other words, I'll be surrounded by people that share my interests. Even if it's a bit of a ride away. Moody's weakness. Speaking of rides, I was hoping that my parents could drive me here today. By the time I was up, though, they already left for work. No big deal. I like the hustle and bustle of public transportation. I imagine I'm going to have to get used to this anyway. As time passes, my mind wanders to memories of previous schools. They all suck. Hey, I need to make the most of the situation I'm in, not to get all sad like this. I need to do something like... Play the card game, Moody. Howdy, Weiss. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Take a selfie with a hobo next to me. Bracket, I won't get stabbed. Get up and breathe. Asterisk. That fresh... Double asterisk. City air. Triple asterisk. Remain seated and do nothing, Wuss. I don't want to take a selfie with a hobo. I don't want to breathe that fresh city air. I mean, I don't want to just like do nothing, so I'm gonna breathe that city air with an asterisk. But in this game, you're a lot more optimistic. You're a lot more normal than in the previous game. Sniffa. In the previous game, Snoop Game, which is like the sequel to this, but it's like a secret sequel, right? Because it's a parody of an actual video game with actual like copyrighted characters or whatever. So they can't exactly like reference it properly, but it's most definitely a sequel. In that game, your main character is a huge scumbag, right? He has like horrible opinions about people. He just wants to be left alone. He does not want to participate. Like his main hobby is posting on 4chan. So he's not exactly the best role model, right? But in this game, you are more optimistic. You are more outgoing. You're trying to make friends, right? You're trying to get to know people. So I'm really curious what's gonna happen later on in the game. I'm interrupted by the ding of the terminal board, and the car gradually starts coming to a stop. Ooh, this one's new. This art is great. In the demo, because there was a demo of this game, right? In the demo, this was just a screen, not a screenshot, a camera picture that they put a gradient over, because that's how it was in the previous game as well, in the original, in the prequel. They just took a bunch of like camera pictures and put a filter over it, because they can't exactly. It's like a non-paid job, right? Like they all just got together as like random 4chaners and made a really good game somehow, just like Katawa Shoujo. It's a really similar story, both of them. But the backgrounds are all the same. They're all just filters on top of a regular photo. But it looks like they updated the background for the final game. This is an actual painting someone did, and it looks amazing. I love this art style. So it like pops out. Looks great. How do I hide it? I guess I'll just press H. F you, Evelyn. Oh no, and then someone just trying their best to do the Nazi thing, because that's how it is in real life, right? Katawa Shoujo was so good. It's really good, yeah. And if you like that, play Snoop Game as well. It's also really good, but it's a different kind of good. And Rave, Juicy. What does that say? Gloppy? What does that mean? Tune. Waff. I step off the metro, heading out of the station as I follow a few other students heading towards the school. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing dinosaur students, not another human to be seen anywhere. And uh this is another like caveat. Instead of like an actual human visual novel or anime one, like Katawa Shoujo, all the characters in this, except you, and maybe like one or two others, they're all dinosaurs. They're all furries. So you have to get used to it. The fact that it's all anthropomorphic reptiles. Must be one of those dino-heavy regions. There's a lot of greenery here as well. You'd almost forget how close we are to a major city. The pathway leads to a stone bridge that goes over a small creek. As I walk across, I notice other students meet in pairs and walk with each other. The air begins to fill with the sounds of laughter and stories of how their summer break went. Ah, there it is. The school peeks out over the trees ahead of me, as though inspecting and welcoming me inside. St. Hammond High, my new home away from home for the next year. I stop to take a deep breath. The air here is crisp, reminding me of an old campground I went to back in elementary school. I imagine buying a game called I Wanna Hug That Gator and not expecting it to be that. Well, you're right. However, I don't usually play a lot of visual novels. I've only played like what? Coffee Talk 1 and 2, and also Slay the Princess. And neither of those are targeted towards niche audiences like this. Like dinosaur furry people. But it's a good game. Once again, I'm handed an opportunity to make something of myself. I'm apprehensive but hopeful. It's my last shot at this. There's no going back. I take my first step onwards. Here we go again. Whoa! Here we go again! It's a me! Oh shoot. The animation's here. You see that? That's your first glimpse into how amazing the art is in this game. Whoa! Yeah. What's it called? Later on, there's this really good one that I was really surprised to see. I was just like playing it normally, right? And then I clicked okay, and then it started moving. The picture started moving, and I was so surprised. It looked amazing. You'll see it later. You'll see it later. Students mill about the front yard. This school is known for its heavily prioritized art programs. Over 2/3 of the graduates end up pursuing a career in the arts. While half of them regret it, from what I've read, there's still plenty that made it, right? It's also the management's claim to fame within the facade with the facade on the front entrance being dominated by a vibrant mural. I've got a good feeling about this place. A few students eyeball me as I continue walking in. Some friends whisper to each other. I just knew this jacket would pay off. The front doors are propped wide open, and I can already feel the cool breeze inviting me in. Inside, it's a familiar yet brand new sleigh. Oh no! They're all furries! They're all DeviantArt OCs! I hadn't mentioned it yet, but this school is also unique for its student body. It's composed almost entirely of dinosaurs, all manner of saurian herbivores and otherwise. Oh no, there's the Giga Chad. Oof. Scales, feathers, tails. Is that a tether? He must be Australian. You mean Scalies? Yeah, Scalies. Close enough. Where's the tether? What are you talking about? Do you guys recognize any of these? I think that character on the left over there. Grim. I think that character on the left might be a reference to someone. Because a lot of the previous games characters are references to actual things. This is made by the Volcano High. No, it's made by the Snoot Game people, which parodied Volcano High. This is an actual good game instead of a bad game like Volcano High. Is that a tether? Where's the tether? What are you talking about? But yeah, it's not nearly as edgy as Snoot Game, so don't worry about that. It's a lot more palatable to the general audience. Wings, talons, and webbed hands. Not to mention the colors. All vibrant enough to challenge the bright murals on the school outside. Okay, let's see. Is there a tether here? No tether. Oh, there's Dexter and I think it's Mandrake? Well, what's the dude's name? I think that that lady in the middle there, that red one, might be Jimmy flavored. Dozens of students march about, reconnecting with past friends and meeting new ones. Yeah, she looks like she'll play Soul. Some anxiously glare at their schedules, checking every door as though they were numbered at random. Mandark, yeah, Mandark. But I guess since he's a dinosaur, Mandrake would be better, right? I probably shouldn't be standing here staring. Yeah. Whoa, is that a human? Whoa. I'm soon surrounded and overrun by a crowd of neon-colored teenagers. Clearly, my jacket is working like a charm. Wow, it's like he's a life-size mannequin. Hey, new kid. Is that what it's like to be popular? I really wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. A few students were taking pictures with their phones. I even see some with sketchbook and pens in hand, rapidly scribbling on pages. Wow, a human. Are you like a foreign exchange student? In the chaos, I feel a few people touch my hands. Whoa, human skin feels weird. Geez, a bit uncalled for. As flattering as this attention is, I asked him to back off a bit. Let's go along with it. There's so much happening, and I don't want to be a party pooper. A few more people shout at me to get my attention. Hey, could you look over here for a side profile? Oh man, yeah, this'll be good reference material. Wait, I need to get better look at his skin texture. I once again find myself frozen, only muttering quietly as I hastily try to follow their instructions. Eventually, all the Saurians take their photos and talk themselves out before dispersing back into their own friend groups. Oh, it's so quiet now. By the time I recover from the shock of the situation, the last one breaks off and I find myself seemingly all alone again. Oh, that was my chance to socialize. I blew it. You're a human, right? A Triceratops girl leans forward, scanning me up and down. This is it. Time to seal the deal and get a new friend. Yeah. Close enough. Hey, can I get, like, a selfie with you? It'd be great for one of my classes. Yeah, definitely. She puts an arm around my back for a shoulder hug while she poses dramatically. Maybe a bit too friendly. Big smile now. She takes a picture and checks it enthusiastically. So, I'm Inko. Huh? Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh. What's the photo for, by the way? She pauses, aloofly chewing some gum. My fashion design class. That jacket is ballin'. Ah. Thanks for the pic, hon. Well, I feel my shoulders sag as I take in the now sparse hallway around me. That must have been my 15 minutes of fame. I don't think it even lasted 15 minutes. But there's no way I've already blown it. I try to shake away the negative thoughts. Focus on the positive. For a brief moment, I was the talk of the school. Yeah. Click, click, click. The familiar sound draws my attention. I know what that is. Oh shoot, what? I guess I can save. At the end of the hall, there's someone kneeling. And with one of the latest camera models, if I'm not mistaken. Hey! The guy flinches. I flinch too. I hadn't meant to shout at him. The few students around me don't bat an eye at it though. He moves! And he turns the other way. Like the Resident Evil 4 dude. Sorry about the yell. No, it's fine. I managed to get the shot I wanted. The bespectacled boy. I think he's a parasaur. Now double checks the camera's display and smiles. Yep, perfect. This'll be a fine print for the yearbook. Howdy, Andy. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Can I see? His grin seems to widen at my interest. Of course, here. He turns the display towards me, showing a shot of the hallway. And me as the focal point. Pretty good, right? I look a little closer and notice that. I think it's a little out of focus. And dark. What do you have your f-stop set at? Ah, shh. He stops and glances up at me, pleasantly surprised to get a real answer. Yeah, I'm a bit of a photographer myself. I'm taking it as an elective, too. With Mr. Yadakan? Thinking back to my memorized class schedule, the name does sound familiar. Yup. Oh, snap, cool, we'll be classmates. Mr. Yadakan is busy, so he just teaches it for one period. He offers his hand out for a handshake. I'm Ben. Hi, Ben. Inko. Friend achieved. I'm actually new here. Kinda figured being the only human student this year and all. St. Hammond is in one of the more popular schools, but the staff put a lot of effort into the arts programs. Even the campus itself is designed like a living art piece, so if you ever need help... From the pause, I'm guessing he's offering some help. I wouldn't say no to a tour. A tour, you say? Well, I'm only going back to the principal's office, but I can point out some neat stuff along the way. He raises an eyebrow to himself in contemplation. Might be a good idea to meet the principal, too. He waves at me to follow him. Turns out, he wasn't just an avid photographer like me, but also the school council president. And one of his priorities was taking photos for the school's yearbook for the first day page. Every few minutes, we'd pause so Ben could take a couple of shots, mainly of the students talking with each other. And while I would watch, I had considered helping him in some way. I mean, that camera looks amazing, and then there's all his extra lenses in the bag. I feel absolute elation to finally know that someone that's into photography. I want to broach it, but Ben fills the air between us, talking more about the school. Which is why we still go for by the Feathertails, even though I think it's a tad distasteful. Dang, you're pretty good at this. Do you still give tours to all the new students? Ha, not really. Although it is something I have thought about. Hey, hold on to that thought. Hey, Lunara. Ben goes to greet a student, putting up some intricate wall banners. Oh, hey Ben. You have a good summer vacation? I did. Great work on the decorations. They look even better than last year's. Oh, thank you. What's all this for? She steps aside so I can fully view the banner she just finished with. The Cultural Arts Club. We meet every Thursday after school and Look at antique artwork. She'd initially look past me to talk with Ben, but she gasps when she realizes. Hey, you're a human, right? Oh, that's a silly question. You should totally join in. I just love human culture, and there's this amazing set of ancient masks at my place from ancient Europe. I just adore them. Wow, that's impressive. I think you'd make a good curator. You know what? I probably would. After that club display during Spirit Week last year, I gotta agree. We spent weeks studying that tribe and weeks more practicing those dances. We also study and paint those styles, like we're learning the techniques of the old masters. Hopefully soon, we can even get into sculpting, like those old Venus statues. We plan on getting one to look at sometimes this year. What do you think? It'd be great if you could come. Hey, that'd be neat. What say you, Inko? Maybe. I do love culture. Oh, that's great. Oh, listen. We have this old chieftain's dress we've had for ages, and we just have to see what it looks like on the real thing. I'll think about it. No way, I'd sooner endure a second Impact event than wear something like that. Just casual racism. Nice to catch up, Lunara. We've got places to be. Take care. Bye. She waves us off and Ben continues leading me to the principal's office. Hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Michael. I can't talk now. Listen, I can't talk now, but I'd love to catch up later, yeah? I'm floored. This guy seems to know just about everyone in this school, as much as they know him. Talk about being on top of things. I need to get more tea. My mouth is starting to get dry. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school, and stops to greet a number of students happy to see him after the summer break. Man, sorry for having to stop so much. No way, I think it's cool that you know everyone. If only it could be cool without making us late. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school, eventually leading me to its biggest draw. These backgrounds are different. I already knew that this place is known for art, but wow. Just outside the administrative offices, the hallway is filled with wonderful pieces of work. Paintings line the walls with name placards beneath detailing who the artists were. All created by alumni and attending students of the school. And this is the gala. All of those pieces have been featured in all kinds of articles and presentations. Whoa. I know, right? One moment. Ben turns to the nearest door and gives it a polite knock. Who is it? It's me, Principal Scalar. An Oviraptor no older than her mid-30s exits the room, holding a steaming mug and sporting a tired smile. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning. Inko, this is our esteemed principal. Good morning, ma'am. Her eyes shoot wide mid-sip of her coffee. Oh, I hadn't noticed. You wouldn't be Mr. Ganido, yes? Yes. But my name... How wonderful. Gone is the exhaustion on her face, instead replaced by a very wide smile. I'm so happy that you've chosen our school for your last year, Mr. Nidu. Ben, be sure to give him a thorough St. Hammond welcome, okay? I already was. If you ever need any assistance, my office is always open, Mr. Netu. Not to mention, the student council is also available for help. Isn't that right, Ben? Yes, Principal Scalar. Thank you, Thank you, Principal Scalar. Oh, and Ben, a moment, please. But... The Parasaur is dragged into the office, leaving me alone in the school galley. Hydrate? Sure. I need this. Okay. I was just drinking corn tea. I don't know where I got this from. It's just tea with corn in it. It's like the maize or something. I don't know. But it's pretty good. It tastes like the rice tea that you get, like sencha, like that you get in some like Japanese restaurants. It's pretty good. Whatever they're saying, I can't hear over the ambient noise of the student body. Either way, it's probably not something I'm meant to hear. I move a few feet out of earshot of the discussion inside. On the wall beside me is a framed panoramic landscape of the city, painted by hand. That looks amazing. Wow. I could practically use this thing as a map with how detailed it is. No wonder it's hanging so predominantly by the principal's office. The gentle brush strokes, the vibrant colors, the evening sun bouncing off each of the windows, and the majestic scarlet sky enveloping the horizon. All of which combine together to give it a dreamlike feeling, like it's an idealized version of the city. It's beautiful. I've never been a big admirer of paintings, but I can't deny that this is a masterpiece. If only a teacher could have been able to express the scenic beauty of the city with this level of skill and passion. I withdraw my Kayvon Stone 60 from my bag. With the compact lens I barely fit the entirety. And with the compact lens I barely fit the entirety of the painting in frame for the shot. Checking the copy on my display, I realize I left out the title and artist of the piece. The tag says Dreamscape, artist O. Halford, 9th grade. First place, 201M 2020. A freshman did this? Jeez. Now that I look at the rest of the paintings, this is insane. It's all so much better than what I've made. Out of all the pieces almost all the pieces are beautifully drawn. Acrylic, charcoal, pastel. And yet, not even one photo. Hey Inko, I'm back. I'm a senior. How on earth am I meant to even start measuring up here? Inko? What's that sound? Oh, here it is. Here it is, chat. Ben nudges me back. Ben nudges me with the back of his hand as the commotion gets closer. Hey, watch it, jackass! Slow your roll, Leatherface. My leg! My leg! I watch as the perpetrator, aggressor, aggregator, finally rounds the corner and comes barreling down the hallway, speeding right towards us. You all ready? My instincts kick in and I stumble to the side to avoid the oncoming collision. For just a split second, I get a good look at my assailant. Look at that. They don't have to go this hard for a visual novel. It's just a visual novel. Come on. Come on, let me go back. I can't see. One, there we go. Load. Aggressor, aggregator. Look at this. There's perspective. There's animation. It's amazing. This blew my mind the first time I saw it. Green scales, messy hair, and a faded purple hoodie. She propels herself towards with dexterous hands, spinning the large wheels on her. I only now notice that she's in a wheelchair. I didn't even know you could go that fast in one of those. She glances my way, and her pupils lock onto mine. Her gray and gold eyes are marred by eye bags, like she hasn't slept in days. The girl's entire presence is ghostly. And that expression, it's like she's looking straight through me. I'm sure she barely registers my existence, but I don't think I'll ever forget that face. Just as fast as she came, however, she's gone. As she leaves, I feel like a weight is lifted from my shoulders. Grim? Why grim? Jimmy, what does that mean? At least until I trip directly into a glass case behind me. Now, oof. Hey, watch it. Whoops. The Parasaur's hand roves over the display carefully, his eyes filled with worry. You looking for something? Cracks. Usually when another student falls into them, there's some kind of crack or scratch. Guess it's just a dino thing. You humans are lucky that you don't gotta sweat over this kind of stuff. Would that happen often? Often enough to drain the school's funds and repairs. That can't be good. Well, not to brag, but I can make do. A vibrato chime echoes through the now empty hall. I freeze, tardy on first day. Ha, whoops. Sorry to run on like that. But you should get going to your first class. I won't need a tardy slip or something. Nah, it's the first day. Teachers are lenient. I'm fine either way since, you know, one of the benefits of being class pres. What's your first period? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Return. Physical education. Ugh. Ben sucks the air in through his teeth in a prolonged wince. You'll be fine. Gymnasium's down that way. Don't, keep him waiting too long. I need to get going too. Keep who waiting? I gotta go, bye! Whoa, he walks fast when he has somewhere to be. That reaction doesn't exactly instill confidence in me. I follow Ben's directions towards the school gymnasium. After all the earlier commotion, it's the first quiet moment to myself. Might as well take it to finally sort my thoughts. Let's see, what do I think of this place so far? It's certainly livelier than any of the other schools I've been to. Ever since I stepped foot in here, everything's been so lively, and everyone seems so exuberant. Makes me feel a little out of my depth, since I'm so used to the opposite. Here, people like that girl earlier are eager to share their hobbies, almost without being prompted. Everywhere else I've been, people just kept to themselves, like they're only there because they have to be. It hits me. This school's art program attracts people. The students here don't have to be here. They're choosing to be here. That's why it's so active. Well, alright. What can I do with this information? Means I can probably be friends with anyone I want, right? Weird to say, but everyone here, with everyone here sort of working with each other, there's bound to be an insane level of camaraderie too. Maybe I won't even have to try. I'm almost at the gymnasium now though, so I'll hold this thought for later. Gym class. Where the boys are separated from the men, and where people with Herculean physiques are able to show off their sculpted bodies. I begin to remember how much I dreaded going to PE. The innumerable bad experiences from past schools pale in comparison to the many skidded knees and broken glasses. Hopefully, the school's PE is a lot less grueling. As I stand before the wooden double doors leading into the gym, I'm struck with how empty the area looks. That's followed by me catching the sound of physical activity coming from within the gym itself. Shoot, I really am late. Ben's earlier warning echoes in my head like a foreboding spirit. I peer through the small windows on the doors and see students standing shoulder to shoulder. Towering over them is a primate who I can only guess is our gym teacher, with his arms crossed and a scowl on his face. I hope I can get away with being tardy. As I walk into the... My first thought is how lucky I am to be alive. I don't even know what was thrown at me, but it might as well have been a cannonball. I spot the gym teacher, even through his baseball cap, I can feel his stare of rage piercing my soul. Such intensity in that ideal throwing form. It only missed by centimeters. That was a warning shot.
Know this and know it well, son. I have a policy. Each of my platoons get one free miss from me a year. And you just spent it.
Thanks, soldier. I shift my eyes to the students lined up next to him. They're so stiff with fear that I can't tell what they're feeling.
You got 3 seconds to lay it on the front of your squadron. By the great name of David KV Drockett, you are late.
Well, He didn't even move. Hint taken. I shut my mouth. The Simian scholar starts marching back and forth like a drill sergeant.
Listen up, because I'm only saying this once. In this class, we operate on tough love. We learn from our mistakes, so you better pray to Raptor Jesus you don't forget him. Because if you do...
With 3 monstrous steps, the coach closed the distance of 10 yards to tower over me.
I will be very upset. It reflects poorly on all of us, and that is not something I will accept. So I would love to see you maggots succeed, but if you don't, I'll make it unforgettable. Am I understood?
I nod my head in fear.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Now then, join the rest of your ranks and stiffen up.
Once I confirm my bladder is intact, I shuffle over to where my colleagues stand. My voice hurts now. I feel them staring at me with anger, like I'm responsible for the coach's teaching style. What an appalling first impression to make. I should just quit and start over somewhere else while I still can. The teacher takes a second glance over us, reminding himself of where he was before I had interrupted.
Attend, maggots! You will all drop and give me 20 of the finest push-ups. Those guts better be an ant's fart off that pristine gym floor or else.
Tweet. With a violently loud blow of his whistle, the coach also takes his position to show the proper technique. I hide my wince as my knees impact roughly on the ground. The real pain starts as I try to keep pace with everyone around me. My biceps and forearms threaten to splinter from the weight of my body and the speed of my jerky movements. I never realized just how badly out of shape I was. Tweet!
On your feet, you bipedal slugs.
This guy, he ain't human. Some kind of primate, maybe? A close relative? I can feel my muscles hollering in pure agony as I force myself up from the gymnasium floor. By the time I'm back on my feet, my breathing is heavy and coming out in whistles.
Now then, since it's only the first day of school, how about we have ourselves a good old game of dodgeball? Did he say dodgeball?
Oh yeah, dodgeball time. I shoot a glance towards the overly enthusiastic dino next to me, who's absolutely elated by the prospect of the upcoming game. We only finished the warm-up and my muscles are already screaming. My knees shake, my lungs burn, and I'm so drenched in sweat that I'm sure I might need to take a shower after this. I don't really want to play dodgeball. Are we lucky? The first day of school and we already get to play a game? I don't... I don't do dodgeball. Why not? Oh, Kitsune, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? How was Persona? From one visual novel to another. How was it? Scaly game. Scaly game indeed. It's a good game though. You should play it. How was Persona? It was good? Okay. That's it? Just it was good. Did you make any progress? Did something happen? Oh yeah, hello everyone. I'm currently playing Iwani Hug That Gator. I have a girlfriend, Yuka. Dang. That's good. That's good. Good for you then. Best Santo Tomboy GF. She's pretty good. I really like her voice. But right now I'm playing Iwani Hug That Gator. It's a visual novel. It's a visual novel about dinosaurs. But I swear it's good. So please believe me. It's good, guys. I swear. Come on. I'm not exactly... Oops. Return.
Alright, Magus, pick a side and keep the numbers even. This is a suicide match.
And free-for-all, too.
Damien, why don't you socialize by picking your teammates?
It's Moody's Scaly coming out debut. I'm not a Scaly. Shut up, Jimmy.
Shades, you're on blue team.
But why are there teams if it's free-for-all? Alright, I'm going with the human dude. Before I can figure out the rules for this dodgeball game, the Dilophosaurus wraps an arm around my neck and brings me to his side of the field. Oh, and one last thing. His leer and tone freezes me on the spot.
What's the first rule? We only got one.
Have fun? Gang up on the weakest one! Wait, what? Tweet. In a matter of seconds, the gymnasium becomes a full-blown battleground. I do my best to dodge the oncoming flurry of red rubber spheres coming my way like bullets. I dive to the ground, avoiding the oncoming projectiles as they soar overhead and pelt my comrades. I hear the blows and the guttural groans of those who have already succumbed to the onslaught of inflated red orbs. I combat crawling away from the fierce front. I entrench myself along the edge of the field in hopes of being ignored. I cast my gaze to the rest of my allies and, oh god, it's a full rout. So many so how's the first day of school treating you, bro? I look up to see the thin dino, the same pink Dilophosaurus, who dragged me to his side of the court, staring down at me and smiling. Red scaly spheres are in your future. Green, actually. Green, Kitsune. What do you think? Shoot. How do I get back? There we go. Watch as he casually dodges an incoming ball before throwing his own. My name's Damien, by the way. Inko. Nice to meet you.
You too, Chrome Dome and Frills. Who said that you had time to talk? Does my gymnasium look like a debate stage?
I mean, maybe if we got some of those stands from the auditorium, maybe. Don't correct me. I know a guy's uncle who could easily make a classy podium. I look up at Damien with absolute bewilderment. What is this guy thinking? The coach looks like he's about to explode.
Do not play smart with me, son. Keep your trap shut and eyes focused on the enemy.
Damien just smiles and gives the coach a thumbs up, as if we aren't in the middle of an active war zone. You got it, Mr. Solly.
That's Coach Solly to you.
And what's up, Shades?
You're making yourself an easy target on the floor. Get up and play to win.
I really can't keep doing that voice. It hurts. Alright, I guess it's my time to do something at work. but I'm not exactly good at dodgeball. Oh, maybe I can do the whole blocking thing for everyone. That should hopefully make it so that everyone isn't peeved at me for wasting the warning shot. But here's where things change. I can totally turn this around. All is equal in the court. That's so much worse. Ball aimlessly rolls on the floor in front of me, calling out to be my ammunition. I somehow weave through 2 shots at me and pick up the ball. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm on fire. There's no way I'm losing now. Grab onto the ball and start blocking any shot that so much as crosses our side of the field. Yeah, I'm doing great. Block 1, block 2, block 3. Now I'm really feeling it. Bet everyone's looking at me now. And any thought of playing the game suddenly left my mind like it was never there. Who cares? Doing this is more than enough. I can be the... Hey, new guy! New voice catches my attention. A Crimson Parasaurus. Think fast! Well... Yeah, ouch. The floor is cold. Maybe I shouldn't have come here at all. A pair of extremely dirty sneakers enter my field of view. You gotta get up, Shades. No. I give up. Bonk. You just murdered me. You just murdered me on the spot. Oh, man, that hurts. How long was I out? I'm laying down on something soft. Where am I? Oh shoot, this looks different too. My vision clears and I sit up from the plastic bed. Sure is bright in here. Oh, snap. They broke my sunglasses. Luckily, I brought my reserve pair. Much better. I stand from the rubber mattress, taking in the room finally. The tiny room finally. All alone? Not even a school nurse or anything? Oh, there she is. Looks like she's attending to another student who has his snout stuck in a cone? Huh. Looking at the clock on the wall, it's already noon. That would explain the pounding headache. Finally awake, Shades. I sit ramrod straight, the fear of God stricken into me once more. Calm yourself, cadet. You ate dirt pretty hard back there. Oh man, yeah. Wait, you did that. I did. Pelted you right in the back. You know why? Because I messed up? Be more specific, kid. Because I couldn't be a good teammate and got hit in the face? Wrong. It was after that. Nothing happened after that? No, you gave up. But I was doing well. You think so? I was blocking the balls and all. You weren't blocking anything, you were showing off. You found a single thing you could do and started dancing like a clown. You focused on the easy thing and gave up the real thing. You were so focused that you forgot to look around for a moment. And here you are. I know a defeated man when I see one, and there's no way in hell I'm letting a student of mine give up so easily. It's the first period of the first day, and you're already giving up? Either way, that's a pretty bad lump you ended up with. Gotta watch around some students if you want to know what I mean. I blink a few times and recall the chick that yelled at me to catch, followed by pounding me in the face. That one, she's a... He chuckles to himself a bit. She's something alright. Yeah, it looked like the devil herself. Anyways, take the rest of the day off, kid. What? I'm telling you to go home. Principal gave me the okay. I feel my head again, another stab of pain. Am I really not good to go back to class? Wasn't I getting lectured about this just a few moments ago? Well, I don't want to give up so easily. No, you should go home to your folks. He scratches at the back of his head, slightly embarrassed. Right. About that. We tried calling them earlier. We couldn't reach them. I gave him a sad half smile. Yeah, sounds about right. I can make it home fine on my own. He nods. When you get back, don't give up so easily. He holds the door to the nurse's office open. I nod and exit the office, Coach Solly closing the door behind us. So that's the main message of the video game. Don't give up. The same thing happened in the previous game, in Snoot game. The main message there was to, the main message is to be more empathetic, more compassionate. The thing he says is, you are not the only person in the world. So that's the message that your main character has to think about throughout the entire game. And that's how he becomes better. That's how he helps others become better. And Coach Solly here, the message here is don't give up. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to try our best next time. Oh, and here's for tomorrow. Whoops. There we go. A brown paper bag is shoved into my arms along with my backpack. Peeking in, I see something blue and gold wrapped in plastic. If you hadn't been late, you could have changed into those. Thank you, sir. Next time, Shades, think faster, got it? Yes, sir. His smile is positively unnerving. Now scram, cadet. Scram. Well, this is officially the worst first day I've had. As my feet drag along the linoleum floor, I can't help but painfully think of all the failures of the past few hours. No thanks to a very prominent bump on the back of my head. Ow. I'm worse than everyone here on both a creative and physical level. I know I shouldn't be bothered by it, but I just hate seeing how far behind I am compared to everyone else. And I thought I'd make a few friends. New friends. What was I thinking? I stop and shake my head a bit. What the heck am I doing sulking like this? It's a bad first day, but it's just the first day. There's still all the rest. I still met Ben and Damien. They're pretty cool. I'm not going to let optimism be ruined just because of a bad dodgeball match. Just you wait, St. Hammond. Today was a test run. Tomorrow's the real deal. Morning comes. I always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to a new sleeping schedule in just one day. I should probably save here. Give me a little bit, and I'll take a short break. I'll go get some tea. Got my tea. Now we keep reading. I've always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to a new sleeping schedule in just one day. Especially with this fully grown lump on my scalp. I move an arm from my sheets and feel my head. Yep, that's bruised real good. Could be worse though. Alright, time to get up. I slump out of bed and yawn, stretching my arms and cracking my spine a bit. My new room is pretty nice. Quite spacious, even with all the still sealed boxes. I brush my hand over one of them, the one with my other clothes. I'll get around to opening them at some point. At some point. Right now, though, it's time for breakfast. I shuffle downstairs to the heart of the house. The morning sunbeams shining through the window draw my eyes to look out to the new neighborhood. The driveway is empty. Looks like my parents are gone for the day. No surprise there, really. It's all they ever focus on. A shiver runs up my spine as my feet step onto the icy tiles of the kitchen. That's why you wear slippers. My eyes are drawn to some taped up boxes that are still scattered about on the counters. There's a familiar sticky note on the fridge, and I don't even have to read it to know what it says. At this point, Mom's just wasting paper. The least she could do is reuse the same note and make small addendums to it. I snag a plate from the nearest drawer and open up the freezer. No fresh produce to be seen, but there's still the mostly full box of breakfast burritos. Yeah, I've been trying to appreciate ethnic cultures more. Plate loaded up with a couple of the minuscule flour wrapped meals. I set the microwave and wait for the burritos to hopefully not explode or burn inside. While I wait, though, I check my phone. I scan over the newsfeed and check out some of the people I'm subscribed to, hoping there's something to watch during my meal. Unfortunately, nobody posts videos or streams this early in the morning. Guess I'll just watch a suggested video then. I prop on my phone and click on something random. At the ding of the microwave, I retrieve my breakfast, carrying it carefully so I don't burn my hands on the bottom of the plate. I give the first burrito a test bite and, the inside is still cool. I want to stick it back in though. The tortilla would just become a brick then. Howdy Brace, thank you for stopping by, I hope you're doing well. I shrug it off, continue chewing, and watch my phone. Top of the morning, folks! Top of the morning, folks! Top of the morning to you, ladies! By the time the video ends, I've finished the last of the half-thawed burritos. Pocketing my phone, I slip the plate into the sink and head out for the day. This time, I'm at least getting through the day. Whoops. Not saved. Boop. Return. This time, I'm at least getting through the day. Today, survival. Tomorrow, thrive. Oh. I'll work on it. On the metro again, I take a little more time to check my surroundings. The sun shines through the windows across from my normal seat. There's this one chick that was there yesterday, probably on her way to work. It's probably a set routine for her at this point. She always does a bit of makeup first and checks her phone for the rest of the way. When the sun shines through the window, it highlights her hair in a neat way. Like a movie poster, almost. I'd take a picture, but it might be a little too awkward for me. Also, everything's disappeared. Why is it so dark? Ahem. How's Saint Hammond treating you so far, Mr. Nito? Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, here's a kaiju. A voice so deep I feel it reverberate in my bones. Calls from above. I'm taken aback by his authoritative stature. His head is nearly grazing the top of the passenger car. How did he even get in here? And he still refuses to read them. So true. Oh, why, it's been great so far, Mr. Ferris. He offers out his hand and, God damn it. He offers out his hand for a handshake. Though his palm alone smothers my entire hand. How do you know my name? You're clearly going to school. The nearest one is St. Hammond, and I'm already aware of a new human student, if you don't mind my profiling. Whoa, you got all that just from looking at me? I'm partially joking. Your full name is printed on your backpack. Hey, you know that's dangerous, right? Oops. Yep, that's me alright, haha. Haha. XD. But please, I know it's only been a few days since the year started, but I'd like to hear your opinion so far. Is this a questionnaire or something? Not exactly, but it is of some importance to an assignment of mine. What does that mean? Oh, what am I being secretive for? I'm here to audit your school, see the teachers know the students, and make sure it's a proper place of learning. I wish it were something worth being secretive about. More often than not, it's just paperwork and office politics. No, alright then. My thoughts on the school so far. I consider telling him about a teacher nailing me with the dodgeball to make the point. Nah, I'm over it. Well, the classes that I have are great, and the teachers I have are a dynamic bunch. He thumbs the inside of his coat pocket for his pen, but he decides he doesn't need it yet. I see. Any favorites? I mean, I don't like to have favorites, but all of the staff seem pretty lively. Ferris lets out a heavy, chumbling ruckle. That's certainly good to hear. And what of your fellow students? Made any friends? It's a bit of a struggle, but it's always been that way for me since my folks move around a lot. I think I'm doing pretty good this time around. Why do you think that is? I think it's the jacket. The jacket? I give my lapel a quick tug for extra style points. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. I can't read. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. Part of the latest catalog by A&F. Abercrombie and Flint. I see. Does he need to lean so close to inspect it? If the carriage rocks in any way, he'd probably turn me into a piece of modern art against the window. And that's really what the youth are into nowadays? Hey, the results speak for themselves. Whatever he's thinking about, it's got nothing to do with his work. I think I have a pretty good idea on what it could be, though. Mr. Ferris? Do you got no swag? Are you a swagless boomer? Do you have no drip? Zero drip? Huh? Well, I guess it probably answers it. I admit to being a little gray. I'm aware I'm not exactly with it anymore. Well, even the older generation can dress to impress. You just have to see what people what people today like to wear. I'm certainly willing to listen to the youth of today, yes. It is somewhat important to my job to know what the student body thinks. And my niece often suggests dressing more relaxed, whatever that means. Does she ever see you in casual clothes? I'm wearing them now. Oh. I can save them. I can fix them. The rest of the trip was quick, but we continue with small talk about trends. When we arrive at my stop, he attempts to give me his business card. For someone whose mere presence could stop a flight, he seems like a genuinely nice fellow. I look forward to talking to him again. Oh, those burritos were a mistake. My stomach is roiling after the warm-ups.
Alright, maggots. Today we'll be working on your cardiovascular system.
Oops. I guess we save again. I'll save here. By that, I mean a good old-fashioned mile run. I can't do his voice for the rest of the stream. I want everyone out on the track and field yesterday. I noticed Damien's mouth open as soon as Coach Solly yells the words. And no, Damien, that doesn't mean I want you to time travel. Unless, of course, you mean running so fast that you hit 88 miles an hour. And just as quickly, Damien shuts his mouth again and shoots Solly a thumbs up. Solly's only reply is to let out a snort.
Double time it now, cupcakes.
There's no hesitation from me this time. I follow the rest of the class and do the run Solly wanted. As I expected, I rapidly fell behind from the pack. Oh, this is still a screenshot. Or not a screenshot, a camera picture. It's not like an actual drawing that someone did. Interesting. Hey, Inko, nice of you to drop by. How are you doing? Damien? Whoa, what are you doing back here? Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying not to vomit.
You're doing great then. Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack though? Next to Mia? Yeah, man, not her. Mia. It has a sketch filter. Yeah, it has a filter on top. You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday. It's not, but it's not like it's doing anything. Yeah. In the demo of this game, a lot of the backgrounds are just camera photos with filters on top, but they replaced quite a few of them for the final game. But I'm surprised this is still a camera photo. A camera. I'm really surprised. You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday? A brief flashback reminds me of the red Parasaurus. Ah, her. By the by, glad to see you're doing better today. You're even up and running. Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. Hey, question. What was what happened yesterday normal around here? Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best to not mess with her, unless you're into those kinds of chicks, in which case be my guest. As for Solly, yeah, he's always like that. You'll get used to it though. He ain't that bad a guy once he warms up to you. If you say so. Hey, don't worry, man. You'll fit right in with no time flat. In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. That way we can give you the proper welcome and stuff. Lunch? I mean...
Inko, Damien, don't fall behind.
Solly's voice snaps at me from my mini stupor and makes me realize just how far behind Damien and I have fallen behind the rest of the class. Oops, better catch up with the others before Solly brings out the punitive measure. Howdy, Ricker. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Excuse me, though. What?
I want to hug the gooder.
Thank you, Ricker. That's a very, good message there. I agree. You don't want to find out, brother. Trust me. Well, come on, dude. Let's chat. Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever should have. I have to struggle not to trip over myself, but somehow I managed to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my whole body to maintain. Can't wait until my drink cools off. Ouch, it's still hot. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass. My heart beating so fast and lungs burning so fiercely that every breath feels like sandpaper scraping against my throat. Regardless of that though, I finished the jog. First small step towards conquering my physical weakness.
Good job, maggots. Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet.
Solly turns to me with a slight grin and shoots me a thumbs up. Okay, that's all for today. Hit the lockers, Cupcakes. Thanks, soldier. Damien helps me back up, and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. We talk a bit more about our interests and other school matters on the way. Damien filling me in a bit on St. Hammond's history during the 3 years he'd been in attendance. By a bit of luck, our lockers aren't that far from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility, considering all the others going on in the relatively cramped locker rooms. There isn't really that much more time to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. I can't talk. I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class. Don't forget, lunch with the buds. I nod in reply as I turn and head down the hall towards my next class. Making my way down the hall, I take notice of the surroundings. Though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications made to suit the majority of the student body. Mainly the water fountains that settle a good 10 or more feet above me. Overall, nothing crazy special. This class I'm sort of looking forward to, AP Art Design. The class looks like it's in a studio classroom on the second floor. Ooh, this looks really good. It didn't look like this before. It was just a photo with a filter on top. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and outside, with open ceilings and walls here and there. There's also the art wing. The displayed pictures are coated in hydrophobic layers and framed. Although since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled in with as the semesters pass. Of course, there's no shortage of trains. This hall in particular is displayed prominently in the school's advertising material, and for good reason. The carefully and expertly built dynamic between the surrounding nature, the school, and even the building materials themselves is nothing less than mystical. I can already feel the creative juices flowing. Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school wall outside, it's decorated in various colors and patterns, each corner painted by and tagged by various students. I barely step foot inside before the bell rings. Ooh. Since I was the last one in, all but one of the other seats were taken. It's pretty close to the front. While many of the students look well prepared, some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. Then there's the teacher. He's standing up by the board, waiting for me to finish looking around and take a seat. Since he isn't urging me to look for a seat, he must be used to new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. Somehow, he looks young and old at the same time. Well, don't want to hold up class for too long. Trying not to take the teacher's hospitality for granted, I take the seat closest to me in the front row. Even with me sitting down, the art teacher still continues to be too idle, instead staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. Nobody else seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? Oh, so in a way, it's the teacher's first day as well. So I didn't miss anything in this class. That's pretty cool, actually. Ugh. The teacher slams the front of his desk with both fists and sound echoing through the room. It's a signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease, and the class obeys. Despite the sudden furniture abuse, the teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phrase winning smile comes to mind. Right then! A pale pterodactyl holds what looks to be a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class. Thank you, Raptor Jesus, for forcing me to wear prescription shades. My classmates are all wincing in pain and wiping at their eyes. And welcome to AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flashpad. I saw it at an antique store yesterday. I thought it'd be a good introduction. It's not important. Worthless, actually. Class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Excuse my absence yesterday. I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Iadkon. Within the blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scrawl his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of the creative world. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. This first week, we'll be going in depth on the history of the fundamentals of art. Perhaps a little trial by fire as well, to get your creative juices flowing. There are murmurs from my class, though I pay them no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work, to create art, to create something that I could possibly show off. For a brief moment, I pictured my own name on a placard, the hallway outside the principal's office. For now, though, I'd like for you all to open up your textbook to page 3. Right in my bow. Wait. What book? Wait. Looking around, I see that everyone else has a novel-sized hardcover book open. Howdy, Prisma. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Moody stand and be all manic and like, yeah. He's supposed to be just a self-insert. But he has he has his own personality. Oh. They must have gotten them yesterday. Oh. Now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Yadakon, sir? I, don't have a book yet. You don't have... How? The substitute passed them all out yesterday. Oh... His eyes flicker open a second as he connects some internal dots. The word on the street is that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention how I was doing well before that? Oh, of course not. You're Mr. Nito then. Yes, sir, Mr. Incognito. Given the circumstance, I'll let it slide. Had any chance to hug a gator? We haven't been introduced to her yet. Properly. I think it'll happen now. However, I want to show this off. Beep. Boop. Right here. Look how good this animation is. It's a visual novel. My leg. Look at that. It has perspective. It has, It's so good. Foreshortening. And that's the gator that we're going to be hugging. But that's later on. Not right now, though. It's so good. It's absurdly good. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late because the only person I can realistically share with is a person to my side. So, hey. There she is. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze, piercing and cold, as if she's not even seeing me next to her. Would it be okay to share the book? It'll only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated low groan, just like I spit in her last cereal. Just like I spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over her page. Well, gee, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day. Maybe I don't need it. Olivia, come on, share with him this one time. I already told him I'd personally resolve the issue. Just help me out here, okay? Wait, did he say I? Oh, wait, what's... He said I... He's trying to be he's trying to be hip with the kids. He responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her head hangs low in defeat, and she nudges the book a few centimeters close to me. Thanks? I slide my own desk closer to her, just enough that I can read the page, while our teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter. I follow along while simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more difficult than expected, as Mr. Yadakan seemed to put emphasis on every word he spoke. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turned from the book to the girl's notes and squish, squish, squish. Those are some very murderous looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second, I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel and, oh, the claws extend again into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-colored claw is pressed on her paper for a moment, then quickly tugged and twirled and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flick my way once more. What? What you're doing? That looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders, as high as she humanly, dinally, can. Huh? She's now leaning over her notes too, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. I should be focusing on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task now, though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. Quill Talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page, and it only leaves the page to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and now there's a faint rumbling. Hey. I hadn't meant to get caught up in it. Sorry, wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turn my attention back to class. Hope I can make up for lost time. It's hard to ignore the gator girl though. Especially when those juicy, icy gray eyes of hers feel like icicles poised to stab through me. Where did I get the J? There's no J here. Where did I see juicy? Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Yo, Moody? Well, it's none of my business. But I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. Now I can see it's... Whoa, it's a calligraphic doodle of me. That's pretty cool. There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and sunglasses. That's pretty cool. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey. Your picture is super cool. Can I see it? She glares at me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. With the paper more visible, you can just barely make out all the important details. The line work is sharp, each stroke an organic curve that, when combined, formed what had to be me. It even had my glasses in the negative space of the head. Though that was with multiple swervy lines coming out of my drawing's head. What was with the multiple swervy lines coming out of my drawing's head? Dude, this is great. She rolls her eyes and starts retracing the page. Can I take a picture of it? Oh, geez, I need that. Nice warm water. A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done like that for, something like that for me before. Want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Whoa, really? Thanks. Don't mention it. But don't. She's nice. After a grueling period that made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Freedom at last. Just stay for a minute longer, Inko. I set aside. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, no doubt suspecting my teacher's pet already. With a few strokes from his pen, Yada-kan hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian and she'll hand you your books. On your way now. A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. Even got a fancy laminated library card. Yada-kan's introduction to his class certainly has me excited for photography next. First stop though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger, though, I'm stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. Yes, a lot of people. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have even crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by the decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. Yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my old schools. But more importantly... Oops. I guess I'll take this as well. All the cliques have already been formed from the previous day. I missed my chance to sit with anyone. Wait. It's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico. I'm shoulder checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist or an undersized bowler. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent sprawling or made into roadkill. When I turn about, I'm met with Damien's toothy grin. How? What? What, already forgot about me? You don't got anywhere to be, right? Yeah. You stuttered. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions at me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering in through the crowd, waving me over, and disappearing again like he's out running something. It's a good thing I hadn't gotten my own lunch yet. It'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Though the clamoring I hear about something about a turf war restarting with the new year, and that megalodons will continue to rule, somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering into the ground. I was concerned of the bodies flying around. Yeah, there might be like a stampede or something, people crushed. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, though, he leads me to the far corner of the room, to his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive. I think one of my ribs is cracked. That's just the school spirit you're feeling. If this is normal, then... Dang. I feel less like a person, more like a well-used punching bag. I finished stretching my wounded back and actually checked the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. The cater girl gives me an unamused raised brow. Hey, you... Oh, snap. You know Olivia? Olivia! Right, yeah. The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of. We're in the same class. Ah, okay, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. Oh? Well, yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's screwing around in school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff. That can't take that long, right? What's she need with the student council? Oh, she doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. Treasurer? The treasurer? I know a treasurer. She's my GF. In Persona 3. Haha. I want her to marry me. Haha. That's only, half sarcastic. Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia grunts in reply. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Are you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here? Don't really need them. Home's just really close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. For her part, the gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Did she say something? What was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. She can't hear. I can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over the. Don't sweat it. She's just the real quiet type. I paint. Whoa, hey. Holy hell, her voice sounds so raspy, as if she'd never drunk a drop of water in her life. I guess I hadn't noticed before she gave out those one-syllable responses, but for someone's voice to be strained from a single shout. She furrows her brow and looks back down at her lunch. Oh snap, we've been standing around for a while. He sits back in his own seat and takes a huge bite out of some mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and poor breakfast today, I'm particularly famished now. But the line. All eyes look to where the lunch line should be. It's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it. Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Oops. Damien returns to his steak rather aggressively. Who am I to question dino etiquette and the fact that, and the act of using one's foot to anchor the food for tearing? Wild. Suddenly, the sound of squeaking rubber draws both our attention towards Olivia. She's holding onto one of her wheels, just having skidded it across the granite floor. Oh, what's up? She tilts her head back towards the courtyard door behind us. Looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Huh, I guess I'll check them out. I'll leave the group behind to go and try and get lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for wartime survival. Hey, this thing accepts credit cards, handy. I'm feeling like... My favorite color is drywall, a store brand soda. Pretending to be on a diet, baked chips. I'm a huge idiot. I'm going to get a sports drink. I think this one's probably the best. It's food, right? I picked out a few of the other brands I recognize, enough to tide me over for the rest of the school day. I bend over to pick up the bags from the dispenser slot and... Oops. That green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her and hunches over again hurriedly. What was all that about? Right, making new friends. Buy a few extra sodas for the table. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place them on an empty spot, sliding a can of soda to Damien. He looks at me like I had just tossed him a gold bar. Whoa, dude! Dude, you look huge! The Dilo boy's mouth open wide as he chomps on the bottom of the can, his fangs piercing the thin metal and spraying its contents down his gullet. I toss them over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though we were booby-trapped before taking a bag of chips. Damien sighs happily as he chucks the shredded remains of his can away. Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Olivia's art, right? She's really good, Inky, like you wouldn't believe. Can you at least stick to a nickname? Really? Oh, totally. She's like won awards and stuff. She has? Can I see them? In fact, I could probably snap some glamour shots for you. No need, dude. I've already got some pictures on my phone. No, I mean, hold on. Pick up my backpack from the floor, unzipping it and retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. The Dino Man reaches for the well-aged DSLR, and on instinct, I swat his hand away. Hey! Sorry for force of habit. What do you think, Olivia? She eyes me up and down with the same furrowed brow. Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in gym yesterday? Yep, nope. Oh shoot, give me back. I shoot Damien a quick dirty glance before returning to look at Olivia. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It wasn't, and how does everyone seem to know about it? Damien looks aside sheepishly. I may have had a hand spreading the story around. I thought it was funny. Don't worry, though. Everyone has some embarrassing story. One time I got my frills stuck in the bathroom stall. I didn't need to know that. It took him an hour to get it out. See? Everybody's got something. Olivia pops a chip into her jaws, her face looking out to nowhere as if she's thinking of something. Damien leans close to me. One of his frills extends to hide from Olivia. Dude, I haven't seen her talk this much during lunch since last year. She said 3 things and one of them was a grunt. Why the secrecy? It's like a secret meeting. Those are cool. Uh-huh. But yeah, this is something else. She's really warming up to you, I can tell. He sits back down properly. Honestly, this whole thing is a little creepy. She's probably not a bad person to talk to, but Damien isn't helping any. As eager as I am to make new friends this year, this is definitely not how I thought it would pan out. maybe it's best that I get through lunch quickly and quietly. At least I have a spot to sit during lunch. Not like I have any other options. Ah, there you are, Inko. Voice rings out to greet me, which catches our attention. I see a familiar, bespectacled face walk over towards us with a lunch tray in his hands. Glad to see that you've made it to lunch this time. Oh, hey Ben. I'm guessing you and Inky here already met? Introduced myself after I bumped into him the other day. Speaking of bumps, you should have seen Inky here yesterday. Damien let out a cackle and slaps me on the back, igniting the gym pains in my body and almost knocking my glasses off. Ben gives me a concerned half smile. This must be my eternal torment for the rest of the semester. Yeah, about yesterday. Ben looks down the aisle of chatting students and signals to someone with his head. Standing 10 feet away from us is an imposing-looking dinosaur girl, with blonde hair and crimson scales and sporting a fiery red leather jacket. So bad guy? Ben motions for her to come closer with a soft smile on his face and on. And she smiles back. Oh shoot. Through her own, though her own is noticeably strained. Okay, I'm here. She slowly makes her way over, and I notice how some of the students begin to quiet down as she passes them by. As she gets closer, her intense presence invades me. Even though we're about the same height, I feel like an ant about to get crushed under her boot. Jimmy, what do you think? Somewhere in me, a synapse connects with her face. Connects her face to me tasting bright red rubber yesterday. I really wish it had. Inko, Mia here has something to say to you. Mia stays silent, but strides the last couple of steps rigidly to stand right in front of me. She sucks in air through her teeth. Sorry. The corner of the girl's lips start to rise. I didn't mean to knock your lights out. Behind her, I noticed Ben was wincing. The girl lets out a laugh and lays an arm around my shoulder, her smile growing wide once more. Heat creeps along my face and as her muzzle nears my ear, especially when a puff of hot air blows by the globe. The heat is torn away. It's torn away though when I feel her fingers dig roughly into my shoulder. Her sharp hiss of a whisper scrapes my eardrum. That ball was me being nice, Baldy. Screw the class over again and I'll end you. Nodding in understanding, Mia pushes away from me with a small cheer. See? All clear now, betting boy. Mia, that's not quite... Aw, boo, you know how I am. Her eyes flutter as she looks his way. Yes, I know, but... You promised you would be nicer? I know, and I was. So I'll be seeing you later tonight, Benny. Just like we promised. She waves a sock collectively and backs into the crowd, vanishing before either of us could fully process her words and actions. Damien nudges my side. Dude, I think she likes you. Ben sighs. Sorry about that, Inko. I heard earlier about what happened at PE and connected the dots. Mia comes off rough around the edges, but she's actually really sweet. Excuse me. I'll talk to her about it more later. You and her, huh? Yeah, since the start of high school. The classic jock and nerd pairing. Sounds like you're living the dream. You know it. But yeah, I'm sorry your first impression of her isn't ideal. It's fine, it was just dodgeball. It's not like she was looking to do something. Yeah. Damien? Damien looks up from the rest of his meal, having selectively heard his name. Could you not spread rumors about your fellow classmates? No worries, Nico and I are cool. That still doesn't make it right. Sure, yes, sir, yeah. Ben gives a lazy salute. Ben merely sighs as he places his tray on the table and makes himself comfortable on the seat next to me. As he settles in, Ben notices my camera, still out on the table. Oh, this is your camera, Inko? Oh, yeah. I was showing it to Damien and Olivia earlier. May I? I feel my instincts kicking in for a moment before remembering Ben also works with the camera. Sure, have a look. I watch as Ben gingerly picks up my camera and gives it a thorough inspection. I must say, as far as a standard DSLR go, yours is of very good quality. It's nothing too special, really. I just picked it up a while back. Well, you have good taste in camera models. He hands me back my camera, to which I place it back to my backpack. Thanks. With something like that, it'd be easy to take some great shots. Well, I do have a small collection in a portfolio drive. Portfolio? Ah, man. I'd only got mine just a month ago. I bet you've got like a dozen pieces to choose from for the New Year's art contest. The what? He missed that announcement. What announcement? The school's annual art contest at the very start of every new year. The winner gets a small cash prize, but the bigger the prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted. But the bigger prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted for publication in a couple big-time magazines, and Olivia's gone. Oh. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Of course, that also means... Thank you, Jimmy. It also means a lot of students plan ahead and work all summer for something to submit. Did you do anything for it, Ben? You know it. Well, good luck. Liz said she turned in the perfect piece yesterday. Okay, now I'm interested. Finally, a chance to show my real skill at something I'm good at. Hey, Olivia could help you out. With your shots and her art, you two could totally win. Right, Olivia? Olivia? We all turn our heads to Olivia, only to realize that she's disappeared. When did she leave? Confused, I scan around the cafeteria. My eyes manage to spot her through the crowd of students. She's rolling her way towards the cafeteria doors and quickly. Just like that, I lose sight of her as fast as I had seen her. I turn to look at Damien and Ben. Damien not only looks puzzled, but also disappointed for some reason. Ben, meanwhile, well, he almost looks annoyed that Olivia left. Guess she hasn't changed. So it seems. The venomous sting to his words makes me feel like there's more going on than I'm aware of. I decide not to try and pry into it, instead bring the conversation back. Well, I still want to try. You can upload your submission on the school's website. Oh, then I'll need an account. You don't have one? I don't think so. I've been told that they'll get me that stuff by the end of the week. Sounds about right. Truthfully, it takes maybe 5 minutes at most to deal with that. Then why the wait? Nobody wants to deal with it. Guess I'll wait then. Ben scratches at the side of his head. I think there will be someone in Stuco that can help you out, actually. It's the treasurer's duty day today. Duty, he said duty, haha. So that's where Liz ended up. I don't know any names, so maybe? I guess I'll go meet Liz sooner than later. I think I'll take care of that before lunch is over then. See you in class, Ben. Sure thing. Later, Damon. Deuces, man. Tell Liz I said hi. I grab some leftover snacks from the table and grab my backpack and head out of the cafeteria. Finally, I can show off my skills. Show that I'm just as capable an artist as anyone else here. The computer lab is an offshoot room from our library. As for the library itself, aside from an expected emphasis on anatomy drawing, guides and the like, it's pretty standard. Not to brag, but the school I was at for my freshman and junior years had a library with 2 floors. I probably should have read a thing or two with all those resources. I'm getting off topic. The computer lab is the focus. The calm tranquility of the library is overtaken by the organized sterility of the lab. 40 standardized sets of computers and monitors line the walls, forming a panopticon around the desk reserved for the teacher in the middle. I remember them being organized differently in an elementary school, but for a few years now, I've just been seeing this formation. Sounds to me like someone got caught one too many times working on more risque art pieces. The monitors are all turned on, but only one's logged in. Weird, there's nobody here. Amy and Ben and said Liz would be here, though. Maybe she's in the bathroom? I'm not one to pry and snoop around, but I'm really pressed for time here. On screen, I see open PDFs and documents. They look finance related and filled with abbreviations and jargon I don't understand. Maybe I can figure out how to create my account on my own? What are you doing? Yeah! Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh. It's just a dino girl with an extremely long neck and not a specter. No, really. What were you doing to the fiscal report I was working on? I didn't do anything. I've been working all day on that. Well, why did you touch it? I didn't. I only minimized it, I swear. Right. I'm here for a reason. Are you Liz? The Brachiosaurus furiously reopens all her windows and for a while types out some information before acknowledging me again. Excuse me? Damien told me about you. I met Damien. He said I'd have to wait for you to sort out my login stuff. They typed want wrong? What? Let me see. What? Why did you touch it? I only minimized this, I swear. Wait for you to sort out my login stuff? Damien mentioned me? What do you mean by that, Jimmy? Beat me one. Howdy as well, by the way. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. You're the guy that got smeared into the ground in gym class yesterday. Yeah, I'm Liz. I want to hug that gator. Oh. No, it's Wani. Wani means alligator in Japanese, so watch out for her in dusty cobblestone hallways, especially if she's holding a sword. What does that mean? I don't get this reference. Yeah, I'm Liz. Whoa. Inko. But yeah, I'm new here, so I need an account. No problem at all. Liz sits down and cracks her knuckles as she starts typing away at the keyboard. Dark Souls enemy? Ah. Okay. Yeah, those lizard men? Gotcha. Alright, I'll see if I can get that done for you. In a flourishing display of spreadsheet and software experience, Liz navigates and organizes several documents in seconds. I've always had the general idea there were a lot of shortcuts and commands, but yeesh, she's resourceful. So, you're an artist too? Since you want to enter the contest so bad. Oh, yeah, I'm a photographer. Yeah, how are you liking it here so far? Students here usually jump to asking questions, to asking about what they're graduating here for, so they can more easily form connections and collaborate. So excuse me if I might be going too fast. No, not at all. I'm a bit more at ease now that you've just explained it. It's pretty good, actually. Although, I feel bad about missing most of my first day. Yeah, it's not a big deal. No, shoot. Guess not. Although, truth be told, I see these paintings framed in the hall by the principal's office, and it does put a bit of a rain on my parade. Oh, those? Yeah, I get what you mean. I really like her faces. Like, all the art in this game is amazing. And just pointing it out here, this is another photo that they just put a filter on. I would have hoped that they redid everything, right? But not everything, unfortunately. I guess maybe like one-off things they just didn't bother with. Long neck. That's a good reference there, BB1. I think it's like that by design, honestly. Something about breaking the students' egos. Then you end up wanting to improve like crazy so you can reach your goals. Goals. Score some goals! At least that's what happened to me. I'm planning on going to university and getting degrees in design and business. And that's just a start. I'm also starting to become an apprentice for art dealings and getting the right paintings for the right people. My tutor said I'm impressive enough that I should start enrolling for any and all of the important universities and around the country I'd like. Wow. I mean, I'm also pretty well off myself, but it never occurred to me that I should be this ambitious. Thank you. What about you? I'm going to be an influencer, blogger, and be crazy popular. I'm going to publish a photography magazine. I don't know, but it's going to be big. I think this is a good one. It's nothing like stupid and outlandish, like becoming an influencer. And it's nothing. It actually has a goal other than this. Unlike this, I mean. Mm-hmm. Well, it's something. At least a lot more than a lot of people here. What do you mean? Like, half the school may as well just be in a daycare. Sorry if that sounds rude. I've got these school programs and even industry professionals coming in for lectures, and it's like some people are just here because their friends happen to be here too. No big plans, it seems. No big plans. Yeah. Wait, you mean like Damien? Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned it. He's still cool though, don't get me wrong. I hope me talking about him to you like this doesn't come across as douchey. He's definitely the friendly type. He even partnered with me in gym class and dragged me along to sit with him at lunch. Is that so? Yeah, he's really excited about it too. And then he introduced you to Olivia as well and tried to break the ice so she can come out of her shell? Yeah, how'd you know? Oh boy, sorry about that, Inko. What, is Damien messing with me? No, Damien is great. He's just maybe a little too eager. If he considers you a friend to him, he'll want to be our friend. He'll want you to be our friend too. Specifically, he'll want you to be Olivia's friend. Gator? What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. But you've seen Olivia. You can tell she's a bit unresponsive. Doesn't seem like, doesn't really like to talk to anyone, not even Damien. So you can definitely try to be her friend, but just know that she'll most likely ignore you. You don't like Olivia? What? No, I do. She's fine, I guess. I sit with her during lunch after all. I'm not sure you'll get along with us, and I'm sure you'll get along with us just fine. Hey, I'd love to see you, hey, I'd love to see Olivia make a friend. Just don't get too invested in trying to get her to warm up to you. Damien will always be down to hang out though, and I certainly don't mind. Just that him and Olivia are not inseparable, so if the deal turns you off, then it's not your fault either. There's history to that, Warren. Shoot. I have to stop moving the control stick. Inseparable? So they're like girlfriend and boyfriend? No. They just live in the same house. Oh. Damien's also just incredibly patient and outgoing. I envy him. But yeah, he would like nothing more than everyone getting along like best buddies. Unless you're like Damien, and you can be pleasant to a brick wall forever, your time is probably better spent elsewhere. So, how serious are you about your ambitions? Pretty serious, I think. Liz nods. Something to keep in mind then. It's a struggle, but like Damien says, we've got to keep trying, right? Liz gives me a half-hearted smile, but she still seems sad about something. Anyway, sorry for talking your ear off about private matters. You still want to get that submission turned in? She stops for a second on one tab to scan for something. And got it. She motions her head to the back of the room at the printer as it hums to life. I get up and get the paper. Both my username and password are strings of numbers. Stop. I take a snapshot of the username and password so I don't have to remember it. Thanks. Anyways, you should hurry. Lunch is ending soon. It's just mirrored. Right on the right. According to the time display on the monitor, I've got 10 minutes left. Followed by the instructions on the printout, I finally getting to the student hub of the site. This is a really long lunch break. Thankfully, the art contest is displayed prominently across it. Clicking through the couple of links, I finally find the submission instructions. It's simply a matter of putting my entry details as the name of the file and dragging it onto the school shared drive. Plugging in my portfolio's hard drive, I create a copy of my magnum opus. Then a quick rename, drag it in here, and bing bong. Just in time. I take the extra minute to safely undock my hard drive and then log off of the computer. I like her little jig. Why are her hands like that, though? She's just vibing, I guess. Looking back to Liz, she's completely wrapped up in her work. I don't think interrupting her is a good idea, especially after what she said about Olivia in her own time. I opt to simply leave her be, heading out of the room into the library for class. After all, it's time for the class I've been looking forward to the most. The day is certainly turning out better than yesterday. I hope I didn't just jinx it for myself. My nerves have been acting up since I first stepped back into the classroom. Made even worse when I was hit with another flashbang. Whoa. After my 20 other classmates finished laughing, Mr. Yadakan made a show of waving my freshly taken photo with a fancy fold-up camera from the 70s. I dubbed this portrait the Tudiant Sans Poils? I don't know. After he'd thumbtacked the shot on a corkboard filled with our poor snapshots of everyone else, Mr. Yadakan reassured me and sat me right next to Ben. He managed to sum up his syllabus in under a minute, instead taking the majority of the time to go over our first lesson, an assignment on exposure and lighting. With each new light fixture he brought out and explained why. God damn it. With each new light fixture he brought out and explained, I felt my mind swirl faster with new possibilities of old shots. If only I had that then, or if I could have used that there. Now that you've seen a small taste of it, we'll start on your first photography assignment, proper lighting. I'm salivating at the thought. Mr. Yadakon just finished his first lesson where he'd handed out all sorts of equipment to look over. It's the first time I've handled some of the things, like the enormous light box that was still taking up the entirety of my desk. Remember though, that these are just tools meant to enhance the photo. You can highlight a turd all you want, it's still a turd. The crude language guarantees a chortle from the few half-listening students. The teacher looks over the clock and hums. Well, I see that we managed to finish this lecture a tad early. Why don't you all take these last 10 minutes to compare notes, maybe even consider doing the assignment as a collab piece with a classmate. The room is quick to fill with the sound of chatter. I wonder if Hey. I turn to Ben and see his eager grin. You want to do a joint piece, or since you don't know any good spots in the school and all? I pull out the assignment sheet from beneath the lightweight desk. The lightweight light on my desk and give it a quick scan again. Present a set of photos demonstrating your understanding of proper lighting. You are allowed to borrow one lighting tool and must take the shot on school premises. And I swear, I've handed out this assignment for years now. If one more student just takes a picture of the hallway outside the classroom, I'm going to personally throw them over the railing. Be original, please. I've got the perfect place for it. If we work together, we can even use 2 items. The offer is too tempting. Sure. I hold out my hand and Ben takes it and shakes it, sealing the pack. My face is feeling weird from all the smiling today. But in truth, I'd been enjoying Mr. Yadakon's class so much that I couldn't stop. I feel like I've the entire world to gain from Mr. Yadakon's lesson. The entire world to explore, and seeing as ever since the move I hadn't the time to actually explore Volcodare Bluffs. Sure, on occasion I'd go out on my own to parks and stuff, but who doesn't? Besides, I'd be a pretty lame photographer if I didn't go out and find stuff to photograph. And you know what? I've been meaning to do a little looking around here. So to everyone else, this assignment makes them have to explore the school, but I get to. Pretty sweet deal if I do say so myself. The hall outside the classroom is only one major photo op. Between that and the murals outside, I'm certain to find something cool. No, the murals won't work on their own. Since it was my first thought to use them, that means it's likely someone else's first thought as well. I'd need to think outside the box a bit. Think of some way to use the school's architecture to my advantage in a way that... Inko! My thoughts are disrupted by a worried looking Ben. Maybe you should see a doctor, man. Head injuries are no laughing matter. I'm fine. What were you saying? I was just asking how you were doing. You know, with school and classes now. Oh, right. Doing good. Really good, actually. I'm in a class that I'm 100% enjoying and starting to make some genuine friendships. Compared to the disaster of yesterday, today has been astoundingly positive. That's good to hear. I've even got a few friends now. Oh, and what about your art submission? The shark has hair. He's like a Diplodocus or something. Not sure. Was Liz able to help? There's something nibbling at the corner of my thoughts at the mention of the long-necked girl. Yeah, she gave me my login stuff and everything. Uploading the submission was a piece of cake after all. Awesome, though that does make you competition now. Both Liz and I have pieces in the running too. She told me she submitted something, yeah. I'm a bit concerned since I didn't have much time at all to prepare anything, but hey, everyone's got a chance, you never know. Yeah, and she was pretty cool about it too. That whole friend group is pretty welcoming. I think I'm pretty lucky. Lucky? Ben seems perplexed by my statement. You said something at lunch when Olivia vanished. Noticing for a silent paraplegic, she sure has a lot of people upset. You've got some hidden drama with her too? No, not really. Mr. Yadokon calls out to us, striding over to inspect. I take it you gentlemen are conversing about your assignment together? Of course, Mr. Yadokon. We were just discussing where we'd take our picture. Right, Ben? Well, that's good then. Good thing you guys aren't talking about something off topic, like gossip. That would be pretty embarrassing. That would be a pretty embarrassing use of your time, right off the bat, I think. Especially considering you're currently the subject of some fairly humorous gossip, aren't you, Mr. Nito? I'm awash in a wave of shame and shame from his words. I look at Ben, and I see he feels it as well. If the air around someone needs clearing, clear it yourself. Mr. Yadokon has a point. Maybe once a friendship is established and I can learn more about her. Alright, off you go now, and remember to get your assignment done by the end of the week. The room empties out slowly, and most of my peers are still chatting and discussing their plans for the assignment. Before I can continue talking with Ben about our own project, the student council president is already packed up and exiting the room. I guess we'll talk about it later then. Picking up my own notebook, I wave goodbye to my new favorite teacher and head off to my next class. Walking into history class for the first time, and it's about what I expected it to look like. Pictures of historical figures, small relics from various regions, and cartography of the Earth during the stages of continental drift. Though I noticed there's a distinct lack of a teacher in class. Must be finishing up their lunch, I assume. Well, better get a good seat now before they're all taken. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. I settle myself into my chosen desk and pull out my history book and notebook, along with the pencil. As the classroom fills with more and more students, it becomes a blur of vibrant scales. A few minutes pass, and I'm wondering where the teacher is. Ugh. The suddenness of the door slamming open stops any and all noise. It's quiet enough to hear a pin drop. The figure walks into the classroom and... oh, sweet heaven, no. He stands there and stares down at everyone, menacingly. He's a history teacher, too. Thanks for walking me to my room, Solly. Of course, Miss Brocklin. It's just TF2 references. Hot teacher, hot teacher, hot teacher. Thanks, Miss Pauling. Damn it. They're all dinosaurs, BB-mon. Oh, thank Raptor Jesus, he isn't our teacher. Here, let's see here. Yes. The Raptor woman adjusts her glasses and she scans around the room before looking down at the paperwork in her hands. Glasses. Jimmy, now you're into the dinosaurs? Looks like we'll be having some late arrivals, but let's get down to business. I know that I introduced myself yesterday, but for any of those who weren't here, her momentary glance at me makes me believe Solly told her about my absence. My name is Miss Proclin, and this is history class. I'm just pretending to be you, Smile. No, this is 100% Jimmy. In this course, we'll be learning about the history of our primeval ancestors and their advancements through history. I can even say that I'll be going back in time. It'll be like going back in time. Doesn't that sound exciting? Despite her admittedly forced enthusiasm, everyone in class responds with uninterested murmuring. Not sure why though, this all sounds exciting. She walks over to her desk and places down her pile of folders before flipping open her own special version of the history book. With the click of a button, she also turns on the projector to reveal a prepared slideshow for today's lecture. To learn about the extensive history of Saurians and their culture is something I've yearned for. Would you be like, classes on anything, awooga? So true. If you can turn your books to page 36. Howdy hype, thank you for stopping by, hope you're doing well. Someone else redeemed first. It was Gorion, by the way. If you turn your books to page 36, we'll begin with the first chapter detailing the earliest interaction between Saurians and hominids. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Howdy. I think I jinxed myself. Miss Prockling's history class is the polar opposite of Heodicon's photography class. While her introduction to the class engaged me at first, things have slowed down to an unbearably slow crawl. My eyes scan over the introductory text of the first chapter. Despite the tension between the two groups, human settlers to the New World would continue to make overtures of trade to native velociraptor tribes. Pretty sure I've read this line 3 times now. I turn my eyes away from the page in hopes of blinking the boredom away. I look up to see the teacher staring down at various papers on her desk with laser focus. I must have stared too long though, because I ended up locked in a staring contest with Procklin. She raises an eyebrow at me. Okay then, right. Write down the notes of pages 3 to 7 about the discovery of the New World. Without even fully comprehending the words before me, I'm copying the page down to the letter in my notebook. Absent-mindedly, I begin to recall everything that has happened so far with my new classmates. Ben carries himself with a lot of refinement and is easily my first pick as a photography partner. But that Mia girl, she doesn't seem to want to make friends. Of course, I could have figured that out from the cold look she gave me yesterday, not to mention the rude hand gesture. Damien's friendly, very friendly, even if he can be a bit too enthusiastic sometimes. And though my encounter with Liz was brief, I can tell she's dependable. My progress in making friends has been pretty good, all things considered. But then there's Olivia. So far, she's still an enigma. And coupled with the apparent history she has with the others, it makes me all the more curious about her. Liz said it would be a bad idea to get invested, but in the end it's effectively gossip and hearsay. This had come as something of a shock to me, but... And what do we have here, Miss Alford? Suddenly, the voice of Miss Procklin snaps me out of my thoughts. I lean my head to see the teacher looking down at... Wait a minute, Olivia's here too? As luck would have it, I share not one, but 2 classes with Olivia. I must have been so jaded from trying to read this textbook that I didn't even notice the girl in the wheelchair. She sits in the front row, diagonally in front of me. And I don't think she's noticed this strange twist of fate herself. Only the second day of the school year and already doodling class again? She proceeds to pick up the piece of paper from Olivia's desk. Looks like she's been drawing on it, though I can't tell what they are from where I'm sitting. Listen, Olivia, I know history isn't the most exciting subject to learn, but could you at least pretend that you're taking notes? The only response I hear from Olivia is a heavy sigh before leaning her head back down. While the teacher returns to skulking around the room, Olivia hunches over a notebook. Although I don't think those are notes she's taking. Nah, no one would do something like that with a totalitarian teacher patrolling the room. It's an attempt to get us all to focus, but I'm fighting a losing battle to keep my eyelids from shutting. My jaw is clenched tight to suppress the loud yawn building inside, even as Miss Procklin skulks right past me. Right just before my drowsiness can take over me, though, I notice a minute movement in the corner of my eye. One of my classmates glances up at the teacher, whose eyes are roving over the opposite side of the room, and down to scribble something down. The paper is then folded into a neat little note and I watch as the person carefully unfolds the sheet and also scribbles on it, before folding and passing it along again. Curiosity thoroughly piqued, I wait anxiously in my seat as for the paper to get to me. It's a dangerous game, passing the note along so Prockling doesn't see. If I'm participating, does that make me a slacker? The student to my side makes his move to toss the note over. But Prockling starts turning around right then. He flinches and drops the hot potato on my desk in a flash. I nearly slam my own paper over the page to cover it from sight. Miss Prockling continues to lecture about how raptors and humans eventually started to get along because they traded narcotic leaves or something like that. And as you can see from the board over here. Now! I lift my paper. Suddenly there's plenty of space left. As for what everyone else has drawn, a not so solid attempt at a race car, rough sketches of some eyes, a bunch of doodles, names in various stylized fonts, so that I could only describe as graffiti. And, of course, it's not high school if someone hasn't drawn a penis. Miss Prockling, with stink lines coming off of her. Yeesh, better not get caught up with this. That being said, I'm drawing a blank. What should I draw? I don't exactly doodle every day. Drawing stuff for others is a nice gesture. Maybe I'll try to break the ice a bit. Though I don't really know anything about her. Hey, can't hurt to try though, yeah? I can't think of a few things to sketch out here. Let's see. Ooh. So, this is a new feature, I guess. Even though we didn't really see the old game. You can just doodle. Let me just pull out all my stuff. Okay, so what do we draw? Any ideas? Any ideas? Actually, give me a little bit. I'll take a short break. Okay, I am back. What do we draw? I'm not really good at doodling, just random stuff. I always need to have, like, something, right? So this is how it works. It's pretty good. Can even do, like, 1 pixel line like that. Clear all. What's a good doodle? What is a good doodle? Let's draw a moody presence, I guess. Let's undo that real quick. Dude, I have a different hairstyle now. I forgot. There we go. uh, let's do me doing a thumbs up. Sitting in a chair too. Draw booty presents. Should we draw booty presents? That's awful. Sam. Here, let's change this. This is terrible. I am so disappointed in myself. Let's draw Jimmy as well. Let me pull up Jimmy. What's Jimmy's art tag? There we go. Moody Snuggies. This is awful. Oh shoot, I can't write T like that. Let's see how well I can do this. It's pretty bad. There we go, not bad. I guess we have to draw the gator too, right? I have to find a picture of her first. Real quick. There's a gator. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. This is pretty good. Alright, done. We're done. If we save this here, and we go back to the main menu, draw with glasses, drawings, what? And done. Didn't have a lot of room to work with, but I surreptitiously admire my work I find. Where's the drawings? Main menu. Did it not pop up? Oh, maybe not now. Maybe doodles don't count. This is sad. And done. Oh no, no, undo. This is yeah. And done. I didn't have a lot of room to work, but as I surreptitiously admire my work, I find that I have a long way to go. It feels like I'm being mobbed by the other doodles. And alright, Olivia's sure to like this. Miss Brockling is still turned around. Alright. Shoot. Trying to get everything all set. If I slip the paper over Olivia's shoulder, I won't have to get up and risk getting caught. And here we go. It's a bit tricky, and I hesitate, but the paper meets its destination. She doesn't even look back, just takes the paper eagerly. It's completely different from how she was acting earlier. Her tail is even swaying from side to side. Oh, is that wagging? Huh. Alright. She's gonna see my sketch and possibly think I'm cool. Huh. She's not turning around. Well, it's not much, but so it could also just... I'll be taking that. Miss Brockling snatches the paper from Olivia's claws and holds her arms out. She takes a glance at the paper before, and a small crack of a smile appears on her face before going back to its stoic visage. So, is this how you view me, Miss Halford? Brockling holds up the paper for all to see. Everyone in class does their best to avoid her persecuting gaze. I know that most of you were a part of this as well. Look, I'm not asking for much. Please do your assignments when you're in class. It's the least you can do. We were just passing a note one at a time. She wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, how come all of us are in trouble? I noticed Brockling look down at Olivia for a moment before letting out a sigh of defeat. Look, since it's only the second day, I'll let this one slide, but I'm warning you. Now that I won't be. I'm warning you now that I won't be so lenient the next time it happens. Otherwise, you'll end up looking like the last student who decided to be disruptive during class. What happened to him? Get the detention slip or something? Miss Brockling pulls up the window blinds and pushes up the window screen. Open. She then takes out a walkie-talkie. Solly? Yep. Another hippie. Seat H4. Good job, soldier. Why did soldier do that? He's not sniper. He doesn't. His rockets aren't really meant for sniping, right? Now, if we can, let's continue. Oh, we're on the second floor. I sink back into my seat and continue writing, mainly out of unadulterated fear of experiencing the same wrath from the teacher. Man, now I feel guilty for Olivia. I was the one to pass her the note after all. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Well, I can always apologize after class. Miss Brockling places the note and continues with her lecture for another half hour. With 10 minutes of class left, I see Brockling look at the clock above the door. I then notice Olivia grabbing her attention, and as if she knew that's what she's already going to say to her, the teacher nods her head. Olivia grabs her backpack and shoves all her things into it. In silence, she wheels herself to the door, opens it, and rolls on out. The teacher must have noticed me watching her leave. Accommodations. Well, there goes my chance of saying sorry to her. Feeling defeated, I decide to focus on writing down my notes for the rest of the time left. Although, I do wonder. She must have noticed my doodle. Did she just ignore it then? Class comes and goes. Yeah, she just ignored my huge dumpy. Can't believe this. Maybe I don't want to hug that gator. Like, it's huge, right? It was pretty big. She had to have noticed the doodle. Like, that's me. That's me with a huge dumpy. Another day, another dollar. Although this time, I pass on the mini breakfast burritos. After how bad they messed me up during PE yesterday, I didn't want my stomach to endure that torture again. Oh, I should probably end stream here, since it's the next day, right? I don't want to keep reading. It's probably a good time to end as well. Thank you for watching, everyone. Sorry that was like so abrupt. I was expecting there to be like a bedroom scene, right? Like the last day. But no. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's a short day today, because my voice is a little hoarse from saying words in Soldier's voice over there. Or sorry, Solly. Coach Solly. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hydrate. Yeah, thanks to me. We hate words indeed. Okay, who can we raid into? Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Who else is playing this game? Let's see. Okay, this person seems cool. Let's raid into her. Danka for reading. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. She's also playing I Wanna Hug That Gator. So it should be fun. She's also a little earlier in the stream, in the game, it seems. Oh no, she's like the next day. So you guys will see a little bit of the future. Wani means alligator in Japanese, so that's the pun there. I Wani hug that gator. This is a raid message. If you guys can, use it, please and thank you. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything happening over the weekend. Probably not. So I'll see you guys next week on Monday for Mega Monday.